employee asks, "What was it like to be kidnapped?" I stare at her. Excuse me, what? It was a quiet Tuesday morning at my cafe. Sunlight coming through the windows, the coffee machine humming, the smell of cinnamon and beans in the air. Everything was calm, predictable. Then my new employee, Chloe, asked the question that froze me mid-step. "What was it like in being kidnapped?" I laughed, confused. "Excuse me?" Her face drained of color. "Oh my god, you don't know, do you? My uncle was one of the people who found you." My stomach dropped. "Found me?" She nodded slowly. "You were 5. He found you near an old cabin in the woods. You were holding a doll." The sound of the espresso machine felt miles away. I remembered bits. A cabin, the smell of smoke, someone calling my name, but I'd always thought it was a dream. That night, I couldn't sleep. I dug through my old foster care files. Yellowed, half-torn pages. There was a note I'd never noticed before. "Child found near abandoned cabin. Hiker called authorities." The next morning, I asked Chloe to tell me everything. She said quietly, "My uncle said it still haunts him. There was a man tied up in that cabin, dead, and you were hiding under a table. You wouldn't talk. You just kept whispering, 'She's gone.'" My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it. "Who was she?" I asked. Chloe just shook her head. "He never knew." I searched online that night and found it. A decades-old newspaper article. "Missing girl found after kidnapper's death." My name, my face, 5 years old. The article didn't mention who the man was, but I had to know. So I tracked down Janice, my old caseworker. When she opened her door and saw me, she gasped. "You're her," she whispered. Over tea, I asked the question that had been burning in my chest. "Why didn't anyone tell me the truth?" She sighed. "Because you didn't remember. The doctors said your mind buried it. For your own protection." I stared at her. "Protection from what?" She slid an old photo across the table. "The man who took you wasn't a stranger. He was your mother's boyfriend. You tried to protect another girl. You were the only one who survived." My throat tightened. "The other girl, she didn't make it. When the police arrived, he was already dead. The knife was yours." I drove home in silence, my head spinning. Flashes started coming back. The smell of gasoline, the screaming, the doll clutched in my hand. When I got back to the cafe, I found Chloe waiting outside. "I talked to my uncle again," she said softly. "He said you kept whispering. He can't hurt her anymore." I didn't know what to say. I just looked at her, my voice barely a whisper. Maybe I was trying to protect someone, even back then. That night, after closing, I sat in the dark cafe, surrounded by the hum of quiet, and for the first time, I understood why I'd built this place, why I obsessed over keeping it warm, safe, and peaceful. I wasn't just serving coffee. I was rebuilding the safety I lost. A week later, Janice mailed me a photo. Me as a little girl holding my doll. On the back, she'd written, "You were brave before you even knew what brave meant." And now, every time I turn off the lights at night, I think of that moment, the question that started it all. What was it like to be kidnapped? The truth is, I still don't know, but I do know what it's like to survive.